Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're gonna do a little cooking video this morning and try to keep it simple but healthy. If there's such a thing on fried fish, first thing I want to do is what I do with my big trout. I cut the fillets in half, long ways, and then I cut them sideways like this to make them thin so they can be really crispy. You gotta have a real sharp knife and don't cut yourself. Very easy to cut yourself, but I'll cut them in half sideways, and then they come out real thin and pretty like that. See? That's what you want to do with the big trout. Okay, cut them long ways and then sideways. Because when they're thick like that, they're good, but not the same. Not if you like thin fried trouts, okay? Now, what we're gonna do with the flounder, we're gonna fry them whole. These are small. I caught them yesterday. By the way, I caught a limit yesterday in the surf. I didn't have the camera set up to do a video, but anyway, it was a good time. I like to tic-tac-toe them, is what I call it. I just cut some slices both ways, long ways, horizontal, like this, and then like this. And then I get that seasoning and mustard in there. This is a lot of people do it this way probably already, but there might be a couple things that you pick up that we do different. And it makes them very easy to eat like this, because you can take the meat right off of the bones. I like to eat the fins and everything. On a bigger one, I'll make a few slices on the back side like this. Most of the meat is on the brown side, but I still make a couple slices so the season all gets in there, like that. And then we use mustard and hot sauce to put over the fish. It makes the fish fry stick. We do it real heavy with mustard. And we're doing a little bit of trout and a little bit of flounder. We use extra virgin olive oil, by the way. It can't be heated too high. Like regular oil, if you overheat it, it's gonna burn. This is not the healthiest stuff, probably the least healthy part of the whole process is this fish fry. It has some enriched flour and some other things that not that healthy, but it makes the fish perfect. So we cheat on this and use that. But everything else here is healthy, including the oil. We heat up the pot to a medium high and then put the oil in after it heats up. And I'm gonna dice this up with mustard, just soak it real good, and then I'm gonna put the fish fry on there. So
what about the hot sauce?
And with the hot sauce too, we'll put them together. Jay likes the hot sauce, so
yeah.
I don't think the hot sauce gives it that much of a flavor, but
I like it.
She likes it, so I'm gonna do it. Okay. So we'll come back in a second when it's all
You're
battered
gonna
up.
rub it up together.
Yeah. And I like to get that mustard inside the cracks of the flounder.
You gotta make sure you wash your hands really good before starting this.
It smells really good though. It smells really good with that mustard and that hot sauce. It smells really good. The size flounder, these are about 14-inch, 15-inch flounder. My favorite ones to eat. I got a couple big ones, but I figured I'd do these because I can eat. I'll eat the fins,
really good.
Just like you do on a brim or a white perch. I'll eat everything. All right, so we got them all real mustard and wet, and then we're gonna get the fish fry and batter them up real good. And Jay's gonna come back in a minute after I wash my hands. The olive oil is very expensive these days, Jay. It went up, I think, 50% or 100%. So, you know, it's hard to put too much, but if you don't put enough, it's not gonna fry right. So being that I didn't have any flounder this year, this is the first ones I caught. They finally moved into our area. I'm gonna put a little more oil and I'm gonna use it because I like it real crispy and I like it. The flounder not too big though. If they get too big, you almost have to cut them in steaks and do it different. So this is the perfect size flounder. We're getting ready to batter it up right here. And what I do, like I said, on the flounder, I love to get it way in there. And all of those fins. And you can't cook it too fast. If you cook it too fast, it's gonna be not cooked in the middle, especially a big one. That's why I'm doing the video on the smaller ones, because the bigger ones, all bets are off. If it's too thick, it won't cook on the inside. And you'll burn the oil with the olive oil. So, you know, if you don't care about being healthy, you know, use regular oil, but.
You could substitute the fish fry or add some, different coconut flour
Yeah, you can
or
make it
almond
more healthy.
flour.
Yeah, you can make it more healthy.
Can mix it.
I tried it though, and it wasn't as good. So
Wasn't as crispy.
since we hadn't had any flounder, other than at the casino, which is not nothing like this. This is my favorite way.
Oh yeah, they were swimming yesterday.
They were swimming yesterday. I caught 10. And if y'all want to know what I caught them on that white, pearl white, with a 1/8 ounce jig head, with a chartreuse tail. And just, they wanted it just kind of dangling like you would be white perch fishing. Okay, so I got them all nice and battered up in there. And then the trout is easy, of course, the fillet trout. I like to cut them in half, no bigger pieces than that. But you know, one of my friends, I used to put mustard on it, but not that much. One of my friends came over and put it heavy on there. Angel did. And I, man, it was better than mine. I said, okay, I'm putting heavy mustard on there from now on. It was that good. So if you like a lot of crust on it, the heavier the mustard is going to give you more crust, kind of like you would do with an egg batter. But we don't use egg batter. So all right, we're gonna come back in a little bit and show y'all the results here.
Maybe you could show frying it actually.
Yeah,
When to turn it.
All right, see, these are the perfect size for this pot. Any bigger than that, they won't fit in there and won't get the fins real crispy. So, and if you put it all the way high, you're gonna burn the grease. You get it on about, I got an electric stove, so a gas stove would be different, but I put it on about 8.5, 9. And then you can adjust it or pull it off if it gets too hot, but you don't want to burn the grease. And with olive oil, one thing is you can't cook a lot of fish. Like if you got a bunch of people coming over, you could probably have to use regular oil because it will burn. That's it.
I keep changing it.
So we're gonna be back in a little bit. Jay says she wouldn't do this, but it does work. When you got a thicker flounder, you want to keep that hot oil in those cracks. So I turned them over already. And if you do this, kind of like, you know, old days when I was frying an egg, a soft egg, you push the grease on top, but you have to be real careful.
Burning yourself, splattering it.
Just keep putting the oil on top of the fish, and it goes in those cracks, and it makes sure it cooks it through and through, and it works without using deep fried. Okay. This one's almost ready. I'm gonna take it off in a few minutes, and then I'm gonna show you the speckled trout is simple. We just lay them in there. It's real quick and easy, but the flounder is difficult to come out perfect. But if you take your time and you don't get it too high, if it gets too high, just slide it off of the grease. If you think it's getting too hot, just slide it off like that. Because that olive oil will burn, so be careful. We don't have any regular oil in our house. We just have olive oil. It's the only thing we use. Just to tell you, deep frying those flounder is probably the easiest way. You're not gonna burn it. It's hard to do more than 2, right? Without burning the oil to get it hot enough and nice and crispy. So just take that in. If you want to use regular cottonseed oil or something like that, but it's really bad. Do some research on that oil, boy, it's really bad for you. But here's the trout. The trout's looking pretty. That's easy to do. A lot easier to do than the flounder. With olive oil, much easier. And it comes out beautiful. And you don't burn the grease nearly as easy. This is the same grease. I didn't burn it, but I got one more flounder to do. So if you get it too high, you get in trouble. But look how beautiful, huh? Look at that trout, how beautiful. Skin, absolutely beautiful. So we're getting ready to try it out here in a little bit. We got a couple of sauces that we like to use. Jay likes this one a lot. I used to like it. If you want something real strong, of course, this is like a chicken wing sauce. Believe it or not, it goes great with trout. I mean, you eat wings with hot sauce. This works good. I like it. But this is really smooth sriracha. Really, really good with it. But it's easy to get out of there. See how when you tic-tac-toe it? Look at that bite, how perfect, huh? It's still steaming. But look how beautiful they are. The color, absolutely beautiful. And the mustard, you don't even taste it. It just gives it a little lemony flavor.
What about lemon, fresh lemon squeeze?
I know it makes it not crispy. It wets it. I don't like to use lemon. If you do, good for you.
Oh,
it's perfect by itself. The flounder, you don't have to put anything on.
Let it speak for itself. Let the fish.
My Lord. See how I eat the fins like that? And I didn't burn the grease.
The smoke alarm did go off though.
Jay's better at
Just saying.
Jay's better at not burning the grease than me, but I didn't burn it. It's still there. I didn't burn it. That's a lot of fish to cook without burning olive oil.
Way to go, Tommy V.
We'll see you on the water, baby.